Hello guys, this is Global Warming Skeptic here for a quick video on something that I just found out about. This is take 2 of this, so I'll be a little more prepared, i.e. I'll try not to laugh at all the stuff about CNN, but CNN has officially jumped the shark. CNN is now blackmailing normal people, and I want to show you guys. Okay, alright, I won't be able to hold myself back this time. I just have to deal with it. But we're gonna go to CNN if we can find the article before. Oh, okay, here we go. I already had it up here. Alright, so here's the article from CNN dealing with how they found this Reddit user. And let's see if they're gonna have it in the text here. So let's hear how they classify this
the lead and sticking
guy.
With politics.
We'll just play
as offensive as it was in itself, there are serious questions about the origin.
Oh, just so you know, I usually don't mind if there's monetization issues, but I will be using fair use on this because this is review, critique, commentary of CNN's content. So if there are any monetization issues, I will dispute them if they come from CNN. This is fully fair use. This is my content reviewing this horrible garbage media company. So let's play it.
Of that wrestling video that the president shared over the weekend, in which Mr. Trump appears to pummel a person whose head is a CNN logo. I want to bring in CNN's Tom Foreman, who's been taking a deeper dive into that video. So Tom, where do we know about where this video originated on the web?
Jim, the White House will not say where the president got the video, but a senior White House official said today it was not from Reddit, which is a popular internet messaging board. The problem is we and other media outlets who have searched can't find any evidence of it existing anywhere but Reddit before the president picked it up. Now, why does that matter? Because if he got it from that source, a whole bunch of new questions about racism, bigotry, and violence come into play.
The video shared by President Trump to his 33 million personal Twitter followers and then to 19 million more on his presidential account was apparently first posted by a Reddit user who goes by this online name and who has also laid claim to
Notice the
that user of Reddit's online
omission of his name, partial omission.
Wow, I never expected my meme to be retweeted by the God Emperor himself. I am honored, but others are worried, including the Anti-Defamation League, which surveyed the user's post and found a consistent record of racism, anti-Semitism, and bigotry. This individual traffics in online hatred and at times violent rhetoric. And the ADL seems to call out the president, saying, when those on the fringes of society feel their messaging is getting mainstream attention, that should raise alarms.
The fake media is trying to silence us, but we will not let them, because the people know the truth. The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
It all comes as the president is raging away at the media with a fiery speech and a Twitter attack on 2 MSNBC hosts that was so coarse, members of his own party were stunned.
For the President of the United States, the greatest country of the world, the person who is representing our country, to use that kind of language is just so inappropriate.
I wouldn't necessarily call that
many critics had harkened back to the campaign, when Team Trump was at times accused of sharing material promulgated by racists, whether on purpose or carelessly is unclear, and inciting violence.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
See, bringing
the campaign always denied
from
the accusations, especially those about violence.
Notice how they're framing all
Deputy
this.
Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders did it again just last week.
The president in no way, form, or fashion has ever promoted or encouraged violence. If anything, quite the contrary.
In CNN's official response to the new video, however, the network said clearly Sarah Huckabee Sanders lied.
And we should note that this video does not appear to be exactly the one posted by that Reddit user. who noted online some edits were done to both the pictures and the sound, even as he laid claim to it. That raises questions about who made those changes, and again, with the White House saying the president didn't get it from Reddit, how did it wind up in the president's hands, and was he aware of its origin? We've asked the administration. No answers yet, Jim.
Now, see, it doesn't say it here where the blackmail is, but let's see if it's in the article, because it's in...
You have been critical of the president.
Okay, let's turn that off. I gotta search for some text here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Attempted to contact the man by email and phone when he did not respond. Our Tuesday. And that's the partially redacted username. Posted his apology on the subreddit, _Donald, and deleted all of his posts. Okay, so... Alright, here we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is from the beginning. Okay, on Monday, K-File attempted to contact the man by email and phone, but he did not respond. On Tuesday, the redacted username posted his apology on the subreddit, _Donald, and deleted all of his other posts. First of all, I'd like to apologize to the members of the Reddit community for getting this site and the sub embroiled into a controversy that should never have happened, he wrote. I would also like to apologize for the posts made that were racist, bigoted, and anti-Semitic. I am in no way this kind of person. I love and accept people of all walks of life and have done so for my entire life. I am not the person that the media portrays me to be in real life. I was trolling and posting things to get a reaction. So you notice how PR formed that statement is. From somebody talking about God emperors and memes to this formed apology. And so, I'm looking for where the particular blackmail is. CNN reserves the right to publish his identity should that change. Here we go. Yeah. Guilty as charged. In addition, he said his statement could serve as an example to others not to do the same. That is blackmail. Period. Case closed. So now you have CNN blackmailing Reddit users, characterizing them in such a disgusting light, talking about publishing his identity, doxing him, with a PR contrived message. I gotta say this, and let me just be clear, if CNN were knocked off the air by the FCC, there would not be a constitutional crisis. CNN has jumped the shark, officially, with this. You do not go after people in this manner. You do not stomp in victory after all this. And now you just made it worse on yourselves, because now everybody and their mother's looking for a CNN meme to create, thrown in dumpsters, all that. It's kind of funny when you look through all the CNN blackmail stuff. But here's the thing. CNN, they're already in legal trouble for defamation, and now they're going to be in even more legal trouble, hopefully, over this. I would hope somebody would do something about this, because this is wrong. You just had Project Veritas post an incriminating video on CNN where they are misrepresenting the words of a Trump supporter, editing him out to make him sound like a bumbling idiot, when he offered a massive amount of evidence for his claims. And I have that up on my channel as well. It's just, it is unbelievable what this network is doing. I can take political differences. If you want to be anti-Trump, that's perfectly fine. But when you start hunting down regular people just posting memes, just memes, and talking about them being on the, quote, fringes of society, there are millions of people on Reddit posts like this, 4chan, 9gag. There's a lot of these people, and a lot of them are just kids. I suspect this was just a kid. A kid who got a call from a fast-talking, tough-sounding bureaucrat from CNN who was making a ton of threats against him, and who they basically bullied into submission. And, you know, I've seen this. It's like, you get kids, they talk tough a lot on Reddit, but they're just kids. When they get a phone call like that, they don't know how to handle it. I was in that boat too. When I was, you know, I'm sure everybody was. You get out on your own and you start getting calls from these people, you know, people you'd hang up on, you know, 5 years later. You know, you get these phone calls for the first time from a collecting agent, from, you know, from a telemarketer, from anybody like that. You know, you get these calls and it's just, you don't know how to handle it. You know, you don't know that you could just simply tell the person, kiss my ass, hang up the phone, and move on with your life. It's just a kid. That's what bugs me. And I'm sure CNN knows damn well. This isn't some 30-year-old guy with a good job. This is somebody who's probably young, who could be protecting their child. It's just, it's garbage. And they talk about anti-Semitism. They talk about forcing the kid to delete all his tweets, anti-Semitic, all that. And it's like, yeah, okay. You know, they may post something about, like, you know, death to the Jews and all that. And it's like, you know, anybody who's been the 4chan, anybody who's been the Reddit knows that nobody takes a damn thing what they say seriously. All 4chan, all Reddit is memes. That's all it is. It's memes. Memes, laughing at memes, responding to memes, creating memes, saying you meme Donald Trump in the office, calling Donald Trump God Emperor, Kekistan. You know, some of it's hilarious. Like the Kekistan stuff, I gotta admit, that's some pretty, you know, they have their own way of communicating, and it's not a normal way of communicating, because it's what they call, you know, autism, you know, weaponized autism. You know, that's what they use when they go together for our calls. Weaponized autism. That was my favorite thing from the Berkeley stuff. But you got all that kind of stuff. I don't go to that. I don't know the specifics, but it's just memes and people laughing, people trolling, etc. Nobody means a damn thing they say. And for CNN to be going after, you know, like, you know, I just hope at the end of all this, when the dust settles, I think even liberals, they have to understand that this is going to a place I don't think either one of us, either one of the parties want to go. Either one of the ideologies, either, you know, collectivist, individualist thinking, even if you're somewhat militant. I don't think that you would be wanting CNN to be picking on just normal users who, they don't understand PR, they don't understand the darkness of the media and how it works, and their whole process of things. and their whole process of editing and all that. You know, that's why I don't go on radio shows, because it's just, I know what it is. I dealt with that with Sam Cedar, and I butchered his ass because, you know, I know what they're going to try to do. And it's just, but there's a lot of people who don't. And that's disheartening to me. To see the media, CNN, you know, just to give one more frame of reference before I just let this off. CNN is, when I first started watching news, CNN was what I watched. I looked to them for objectivity, neutrality. I didn't want a bias. I wanted somebody to cover down the middle. I didn't care Republican or Democrat. I was a left-leaner at the time. This was back just after Bush got his second term. I was a left-leaner. I didn't like Bush, but I didn't want the partisan crap. I just wanted something down the middle where, you know, if Republicans were right, they were right, and we'd have to deal with it. If Democrats were right, I could trust CNN. And I don't even think I realized it, but even back then, I was falling for a lot of the same shit that they do now. But what they're doing today, it's not even comparable to what they did back then. This is just bullying on steroids, punching down to the little guy, just as I posted in that other video. If you had any thought that CNN was a neutral network, go look up some of the stats on their coverage. 97% negative coverage on Trump. Now, there's a lot of negative things to say about Trump. Don't get me wrong. I probably agree with 60% of what Trump says. There's a lot of negative things you could say about Trump. But to say 97% negative, and that's all you cover, 97%, then that just shows where this network is, where it's going. There's no neutrality there. Even MSNBC, you haven't seen any evidence that they're going to this length. Yeah, they're mega liberal. And you know what? They probably do go to these lengths. But if you look at, you know, MSNBC is just the liberal network. That's just what they are. They're the liberal network. And they're trying to hire conservatives. They're trying to put on that face. But when conservatives come on and be conservatives, they get fired. Don't be mistaken. They're still a liberal network. Greta's getting fired from there because her views are too conservative for them. So, they're a liberal network. But that's what they are. They are a network that leans to one side. Fox News, same thing. Right-leaning network. You know, just as right as MSNBC is left. You know, like MSNBC, they got their share of liberals on Fox News too. And they got their share of, you know, trying to convince the public, you know, we're trying to cater to both sides. No. They're a right-wing network, point blank. There's no neutrality there. CNN is just, they're the trash can. That's all they are. This network who picks on their own viewers, who views any kind of criticism of their network with disdain. You hear that every time Acosta tries to question Trump. The sense of entitlement, like, you know, give me a question. You get a question every damn time. Every time. You know, now they just ignore him when he, you know, blurts out. You know, there's like 100 people in that press room. You think somebody else could deserve a turn and you don't have to take a question every time from the guy? You know, just no questions from him. You know, sit the guy in the back of the room. But anyhow, that's just, CNN just makes me want to throw up. I'm sorry. But it's one thing to be a partisan hack. You know, that's going to get under my skin. But you're not going to get under my skin any more than going after normal people. Normal people, children, most likely children. And there's just nothing worse than that. You know, pick on somebody your own damn size, CNN. You know, you'll get your ass kicked is what's going to happen. Just as you have been in the ratings for the past 30 fucking years. Thanks for listening, guys. God bless, and happy Independence Day. America forever.